There's growing concern that criminals are flooding across the southern border. The New York Post reports agents arrested 41 members of Venezuela's most violent gang in the last fiscal year alone. Law enforcement officials say they may be joining forces with the notorious MS-13 gang. Chris Swecker is a former FBI assistant director. He set up the first international task force to fight MS-13. But if you take MS-13 and you add it to this Tren de Aragua, I hope I'm saying that correctly, although I don't think they deserve my respect in terms of pronunciation. But we need to know what could possibly be coming here. And Venezuelans, they basically got the free pass to come into America from the Biden administration.
Yeah, we're in big trouble here. I mean, these are two of the most dangerous gangs on the planet. They are prison spawn gangs. They come out of the muck and the slime of these South American prisons, which are their stronghold. They are on the lowest rung of the evolutionary ladder when it comes to organized crime. That means they're all strictly street crime, which is dangerous. They bring with them just mindless, knuckle-dragging violence. They kill with knives and machetes. MS-13 is well established. They're going to be the more dominant of the two gangs. They've been here for quite a while. And as you say, Dana, we knocked them down in late 2000s with just an international effort. But now they're coming back in and they're reestablishing themselves. And that bodes ill for law enforcement across the country. We're going to be living with this crime wave for decades. And I believe that Venezuela is emptying their prisons deliberately and sending these people up here, just like Castro did in the 80s.
The Venezuelans encountered at the southern border totaling 144,000. That doesn't mean they're all gang members, of course not. But we know in the United States that MS-13 has 10,000 gang members already here. What is their main issue? Are they selling drugs? I know they terrorize people with violence.
Right. They are, you know, they're not like La Cosa Nostra where they do more sophisticated crime like bid rigging or labor racketeering, or the Russians that do ransomware and that type of crime. These are strictly, they're relegated to the streets. So they're stealing cell phones, organized retail theft, robberies, prostitution, low-level street crime, but they will kill you over nothing.
Okay, so let me ask you, Chris, and this is speculation, so let me be clear about that. But we had those police officers in Times Square breaking up what they thought was possibly a pickpocketing situation. They were Venezuelan migrants. These are the ones who escaped without having to pay bail and then maybe got apprehended again. There's only one who, and that, you remember the one who flipped everybody the double bird on his way out of court. Could that possibly be a part of this, as you say, low-level crime?
Highly likely. One of their techniques is they use juveniles. They like to use juveniles. One of those assailants, one of the main assailants, was 15 years old. I can tell you, if they aren't card-carrying gang members, they are under the influence of card-carrying gang members. And again, what they bring with them is a crime wave, essentially. I mean, we saw that happen in Miami in the 80s after Mariel Boatlift. This will stay with us for quite a while, and law enforcement better mount up and get on top of this, because these are very dangerous street criminals that makes us all vulnerable. They haven't evolved on the scale to the point where they're doing more sophisticated crime. And again, you go back to, if you Google MS-13 and machetes, you'll see how they kill people. Yeah. Many homicides across the country by MS-13, and that's their trademark.
Chris Swecker, thank you for that today. We will stay on top of it.
Pretty grim.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.